Hey, what's up? Today I'm doing another tier list. Yeah, been wanting to do another one for a long time. This one's about Super Mario World ROM hacks. I put a lot of effort into this one, not like in terms of video production, but like just because these hacks are so damn hard. Like seriously, Super Mario World ROM hacks are so much harder than any like Doom WADs or Super Metroid things. Like in Doom and Super Metroid you could save anytime you want, but in this one like you gotta reach a checkpoint and stuff, and yeah, some of these ROM hacks really took a long time, just kicked my ass hard, but I really enjoyed them. They were really fun. I actually got so good at Super Mario World in the process of making this stupid tier list, but anyway, I'm looking forward to it. These are all hacks that I played, so this isn't gonna be like a definitive list of hacks where it's like all the hacks, because there's like thousands of them. For example, I played ARACK, but I didn't play the sequel OMH. I'm in the middle of it and I haven't beat it, so I don't feel comfortable to put it anywhere on the list until I've actually beaten it. But I want to acknowledge that. But yeah, these are the hacks that I've beaten myself. Let's start with my very first ROM hack that I ever played. This is called Return to Dinosaur Land from 2006. This ROM hack is really cool. It's basically like a sequel to Super Mario World. It's very similar. It follows the very similar design rules and stuff. And switch palaces, regular vanilla levels. It's got all the same music, all the same everything you would find in Super Mario World is found in this. There's no custom code or anything. It's just a really fun, like high quality set of like 50 exits or something like that. And yeah, I highly recommend this. If you're just starting Mario World hacks, like you just finished the original game and you want to start hacks, I highly recommend this one because it's where I started and it's much like more accessible than anything else on here. So for this hack, I'll give it a B tier. It's a good baseline, like the middle ground. Next up, we have the next hack I played, which is a very Super Mario World. And it is like 120 exits or something. It's massive. Like it's actually crazy. And what's crazy about it is I believe it was all made by one person. Yeah. Which is just like mind-blowing when you think about it, because all these other hacks, which also have like over 100 exits, were all made by a huge team of people. So a very Super Mario World is it's very cool, and I highly recommend this one. It's very rough around the edges. It doesn't have as much custom code as some of these other ones I'm going to talk about, and it doesn't have like as crazy like creative puzzles and stuff, but like this is a really good like difficult vanilla challenge. It's labeled as standard hard, so it's not like as hard as Jump or anything like that, but it's really good, and I really enjoyed it. There's one crazy thing that happened in this hack that I'd like to point out. This is also, by the way, this is the very first ROM hack I ever streamed, and I pointed this out in my stream. I streamed this way back in like 2017, like when I first started streaming, and I mentioned that the secret exit, and the distant land doesn't lead to the special world. It's like broken, so I had to open it myself in Lunar Magic and put a key in there. Like before I even knew how Lunar Magic worked, I just winged it and it worked. and I managed to access the special world because their hack was originally broken. And the special levels in this hack are just insane. Like I'm talking levels that go on for like an hour. It's ridiculous. And no checkpoints. But aside from that, I love this hack. I'm giving it an A tier. It deserves that. It's really, really good in my opinion. I love it so much. Next up, we have what is probably the most influential ROM hack of all time, Jump, the debut ROM hack of the Jump team. What can I say about this one? It's so good. It's amazing. One of the best ROM hacks I've ever played. It's the ROM hack that like sort of broke the skill barrier for me. It made me really good at Super Mario World, and it allowed me to tackle all these other really difficult hacks. When I first played Jump, I was nowhere near as skilled. Basically, I think the only other hack I played before Jump was the very Super Mario World, which is much easier. And Jump just absolutely kicked my ass. Like, I struggled so hard with this one. There's so many levels in this that just brick wall you, you know? They just, like, I spent 3 days trying to beat Mankey Bridge and what is it, the Burnt Mountain Tango. I got so frustrated on that one. Like, and then there's the Depraved Stronghold, which is in the special world. I pretty much like quit the hack for like a few months after reaching that one, and then my save got deleted in this game. So that was like the first like real like wake up call to start backing up my saves. I actually play ROMhacks on this thing, the SD to SNES, so it's like on real hardware, so you can't like save state or anything, and I play it on a real Super Nintendo. And yeah, so ever since that happened, when my save got erased like all the way, it was so far into the game, I had like maybe 4 exits left. Ever since that happened, I've been taking the SD card out of here and backing up my save. Sometimes, like if it's a really hard section with a hard checkpoint, I'll back it up after every checkpoint, because some of these hacks let you save anytime. But yeah, Jump was an insanely memorable experience. I played it twice, and I actually did a review of this hack, like a full video analysis, retrospective, whatever the hell you call that. And yeah, one of my favorite ROM hacks. This gets an S tier. So next up is Jump Half. I played this after Jump, and when I finished Jump, I was like, dude, this was so much fun. Like, how could they possibly make a hack that could like surpass this one? But then comes Jump Half, and Jump Half just blew me away. Like, this, in my opinion, is the best Super Mario World ROM hack, and it's still, even after, like, this is maybe like one of the earlier hacks I played, I still think it's better than all these other ones I played afterwards. Like, it's just a masterpiece. Love Jump Half. And like, if I were to recommend your first like really big standard hack, it would be this one before the original Jump, because this one is so much more like it's just beginner friendly, and it has a better difficulty curve. Like, Jump has these random difficulty spikes where it's all over the place, but Jump Half is a lot more even, much more even, and much more like accessible in my opinion. So like, getting the any percent in Jump, like, I'm just saying, like, you know, there's a lot of paths you can take on the overworld, and let's say one level's kicking your ass so hard, you know, it's possible you could take another path to reach the end of the game. And for beginners, I recommend doing that, and it's so much fun. And then maybe, you know, after you beat it, you can go in and see how many more exits you can get. This hack is just like so creative. The puzzles in this hack are some of the best I've seen in Mario World. Like, it'll teach you all about all the little sprites and the little mechanics that they have that you would have never known from just playing the original game. There's so much like little bugs and gimmicks that the Jump team makes use of in some of these puzzles, and it's really fun. And it has like one of the biggest like puzzle levels at the end. I love it so much, the Maw of the Beast, and it ends off with like in the special world with this huge RNG castle. It's called an RNG castle, which means that each room you pick next is determined by like a dice roll, and it's so cool. Love this ROM hack so much. My favorite ROM hack of all time. Of course, it gets an S tier. What else would it get, right? Now, ARACK. This is the hack I played in December 2023, like a few years ago. And it's really funny. This is a really good run. It's kind of like a parody of Yump, which we'll get to later. Yump is made by the Jump team. It's like a parody of Jump. I'll explain that when we get to it. But ARACK is like made by another group of people, Team Jank, and it's a lot. It's much different from the Jump team hacks. It has its own sort of atmosphere and style, and it's really good. I loved ARACK. It's led by the Daiso Divan. Daiso Divan's levels are very good in a lot of these Jump team hacks, even going back to the first Jump. And some of the levels in ARACK are hilarious, like the Switch Palace level, And there's genuinely some amazing levels here too. I really enjoy all the clever little ideas here, and the little jokes. There's so many little jokes packed into ARACK, and yeah, highly recommend this one. This is also not too difficult. I would say if you've beaten the original Jump, you could play this one. And yeah, I'll give this one an A tier. It's really good. Love Yourself. Love Yourself is so good. I love this ROM hack. This is a Kaizo hack, but it's extremely, extremely accessible. This, if you're going to get into Kaizo, you start with this one. This is the best Kaizo beginner hack I've ever played. It's so, so simple, and it'll give you the feel of, like, you know, like regrabs and that kind of stuff, and timing, you know. It's really good. I love Yourself. It's also very wholesome. It's got a good little music, and I highly encourage everyone who wants to get into Kaizo to start with this one, because this is a really good ROM hack. A tier for sure. Nonsense. Oh, Nonsense, man. This hack kicked my ass. This was so hard. This was harder than Jump half. When I played this hack, this was the hardest one I had played at the time. There's so many cool levels in it though. There's one level called the Mantis Tunnel where it's like a Metroidvania, where you're like, you know, solving all these like puzzles, and it's basically a Mario map that's organized as a Metroidvania, and you go through these places to pick up like you know, you get the fire flower, go here and break the things to get the feather, to go here and spin that, and there's a part where you need to match the shells on this other thing to get something. It's like really, really creative and fun to play. There's also really hard standard like Hyper 6 style levels in this hack, which is pretty much what the theme of the hack is. And in the later in the game, it gets really, really rough. Like there's a level where it's just like it targets you with spikes nonstop. The whole level is just dropping spikes on you, and the platforms are like switching on and off under your feet, and you have to like time it. It's ridiculous, dude. And then the one where the spikes are like chasing after you. I mean, those levels feel like Kaizo levels. Feel like they ride the line between standard and Kaizo. And Nonsense is a hell of a ROM hack. It's huge. It has like 119 exits, which is like, you know, that's, you know, those don't come around very often, those over 100 exit hacks. And Nonsense, I loved it. I had a good time with it. I wouldn't put it in S tier because I'm not really a big fan of, like, I'm going to put it in A tier. Nonsense uses way too many of the baseball throwing charge and chuck and the fire lotus, you know, the lotus that shoots out the fire. So you'll constantly see like the same pattern of the lotus shooting up the fire and the baseball tossing the baseball through it, and it's just like a bullet hell. So much of this ROM hack feels like a bullet hell, which is why I'm not gonna give it a straight up S tier, because it is frustrating, like very frustrating. Quickie World. Quickie World is a really good ROM hack. This is the first Quickie World. I did not play this one on stream. I played the second one on stream. But Quickie World is like, it's Valdio's first hack. And it's the first hack that like sort of taught me shell jumps. I'm still not good at shell jumps. I've always sucked at shell jumps. But Quickie World is like really, really fun. It's not that many exits, and the sections are very short, so they're not too like agonizing to, you know, get through. Like if you die over and over, they're not too bad to repeat. Yeah, it's harder than Love Yourself, but still a very good beginner Kaizo hack. I highly recommend Quickie World if you've like beaten Love Yourself and you want the next challenge. You should use Quickie World next. It's really good. Yeah, I don't know what else I can say about it. The Sarfing Castle. Beware of Sarfing Castle. That's a very hard one. Sarfing Castle took me like a whole day to beat that one. Like that one destroyed me. But that's like your beginner, your first real taste of the you know, the Kaizo grind of what that's like. And if you're into that, Quickie World, give it a shot. A tier. This is turning out to be like my Doom tier list where I've just got so many A's. Whatever. A lot of good hacks. Katastrophe. Mario's Katastrophe Rebirth Edition. This was such a good ROM hack, and I highly recommend you play this one if you're a beginner as well. If you want to play Jump Half, I recommend playing this one first, because Katastrophe is like a hack of one-screen puzzles, and it teaches you all about like the items in Mario World and how they work and how to use them in puzzles and shit. The sprites in the game all have very interesting like behaviors that the original game never used, and the Katastrophe is a really good ROM hack in learning how to use that stuff. I would highly recommend you start with this one pretty early on in ROM hacking if you're like starting hacks. I love Katastrophe so much. It's got really good like there's the one with the snake block. It teaches you how to use. It teaches you like some puzzles with that, because like when I played that, I would have never figured that out. I completely discovered that one by accident. Yeah. And just play around with the rooms in this hack and get a feel for it. You should definitely just get a feel for the game before you jump into one of these harder hacks. And in my opinion, Katastrophe is the perfect hack for that. I'm gonna give it an S tier because it was so good that when I was done, the only thing that I didn't like was that it was too short. I wanted more of it. I want like a long like 130 exit hack of just levels like Katastrophe. Such a good one. Love it. Quickie World 2, the sequel. I streamed this one. I really love this ROM hack. This ROM hack is extremely good. In my opinion, it's better than the first Quickie World, and it's a lot more like smooth sailing. It's a lot more, it flows way better, and it's so much more fun, and it's got good secrets. However, I don't like the bosses. The bosses are just basically the original game's bosses. Specifically the Lemmy the Iggy and Larry fight. Specifically those two. So, I really wanted to give it an S tier, but it's because of those boss fights. It's lacking in that department, I think Quickie World 1 had like a Boo boss fight, which was really good. But, yeah. I think this is just where it belongs. It's really good. Truc Bidule. Wow, this ROM hack was so good. This one blew me away. This felt like playing Jump Half for my first time. Truc Bidule is just 43 exits, but they are so densely packed and so good. So well made. It's like such a high quality, well polished ROM hack. It feels like it could have been made by like an indie company or something. It's so good. There's so many good levels in Truc Bidule and so many good mechanics too. There's a new feather in Cape Feather in Truc Bidule, which is like kind of like the Mario 3 tail kind of thing. It's more similar to that than it is to like the Mario World cape. And there's the block mechanic where you can like you grab the blocks and you store them and you can throw them when you want, and it's really fun. There's so many amazing levels in Truc Bidule, so many amazing puzzles. One of my favorite things about Truc Bidule is the moon system, kind of like Jump's Dragon Coin system. Truc Bidule has these like hidden moons throughout the game which you can search for and collect them, and they give you rewards, really good rewards and stuff. Some of which are too good. Like one of them gives you a star, like that you can activate anytime if you find enough moons. And yeah, the hack is pretty damn hard. So if you play it, find those moons. Make use of it. Make use of those mechanics that it has. Truc Bidule is, in my opinion, a masterpiece. Just hands down. It's up there with Jump and Jump Half, and it deserves an S tier. Attempt at a normal hack. This hack is also really good. It's been a long time since I played it, and I only played it once. I don't remember much of it, but I do remember really liking it. I think I never beat this one, actually. I think the final boss, I think I rage quit on the final boss. The final boss, I remember the final boss. It's a Boo fight, but like you can only get hit, I think, twice. And it's really frustrating. I've beaten some way harder bosses, but I don't know why. This one, I can't do this one. That one eludes me for some reason. He kicks my ass every time. But Attempt at a Normal Hack's also really freaking good, and I I gotta give it an A tier. I was tempted, because of the boss, I was tempted to give it a B tier, but that's just a skill issue on my part. That's all it is a skill issue. It's not, it has nothing to do with the game itself. The boss fight's completely fine. Just, I need to get good, that's all. Oh boy, now we're getting into some real tough shit. The Yumps. These ROM hacks are so freaking good, in my opinion. I love Yump 1. Okay, people hate this ROM hack, and probably for good reason, but I don't know, I had a good time with it. There's really good puzzles in this one. I promised you, there's some good stuff. There's some really clever stuff in Yump 1, and I highly encourage people who are getting into these harder hacks, give this one a chance. It's actually really, there's some really clever stuff here. Don't play the hello and goodbye puzzle. That thing is insane. I would like to try it myself one day, but it's really just, that is a diabolical ass puzzle, man. I don't know what the hell Lazy was thinking when he made that one. That's insane. And also, there's the level with the ice physics and the Eries. It gives you a 30-second timer, and it's like a maze of munchers like this. You gotta run down and go up and run down and go up and get the orb, and it's ice physics, and there's like an RNG Erie generator, and you have to do that in 30 seconds, and it is one of the most frustrating freaking levels I've ever played in my life. And there's also the castle and special world, which goes on for 10 minutes. It's an auto-scroller which goes on for 10 minutes. That's where I quit the game. That's where I was like, you know what? I think I've seen enough of Yump that I need to. That was the last level anyway, so it's like there wasn't really much to do after that one. So I was like, you know what? I've seen everything. I'm good. I'm not going to 100% this one. I'm going to 99% it. And my favorite level in Yump actually is called Branchy, because it's a tribute to Forky, which is the a level by World Peace, an old level by World Peace. It's one of those TAS-only levels. If you watched it, you'd be like, no human could possibly play this, because yeah, it really is TAS-only. And playing Branchy was really nostalgic, because I was watching World Peace's TASes when I was a kid, and that level was like the first one that really blew me away. And it was fun to play like a more humanly playable version of that level in this ROMhack Yump. But yeah, I have to agree with the consensus that this is not a good ROMhack, even though I personally really like it. Objectively, I'm gonna drop it down to D tier. It gets saved from being an F tier by having some genuinely clever stuff in it, though. It really does have some good levels, and don't let the D tier discourage you from playing this one. I highly recommend. It. Just there might be one level that will stand in your way. It's the one with the soft lock. There's a level that soft locks you if you push up or down on the ground. If you're standing on the ground and you push either up or down anywhere, it'll soft lock you. And yeah, that level drove me insane, because I had to reset my Super Nintendo over and over and over. But yeah, that's the kind of mindset the Yump creators had. Yump 2 now. Yump 2 is not at all like Yump 1. Yump 1 felt really unpolished and very like... Yump 1 was abrasive and rough. Yump 2, by comparison, is very well polished and very well made. It has a lot of Kaizo levels, very hard levels. So Yump 2 is not going to be your beginner's hack at all. But in my opinion, Yump 2 feels much more like the quality of Jump and Jump Half than it does Yump 1. Yump 1 kind of feels like it feels a lot more like a parody of like a parody of like Cool or Cruel, you know, or like just all those hacks from that era, from before the Jump era. Whereas Yump 2 actually does feel like a parody of Jump and Jump Half and stuff, and it has really good puzzle levels, like much like Jump Half did. And I really love the level where Yoshi has the remote control, or Mario has the remote control Yoshi. He can like activate Yoshi's tongue whenever. And the Cabin Fever, which is the level with the item storage. It's like a puzzle where you take an item and you can store it and then use it in another room to solve a puzzle. It's really, really clever. There's also the Green Switch Palace, which has the Xbox 360 achievements. It's like, you know, get a mushroom, create a Pokey that is just the head, go behind the scenery in a net, or, you know, escort a bullet across the entire stage. Just you have to get 300 gamer points, and it's like an Xbox 360 kind of achievement challenge. I love that level. And there's the Yellow Switch Palace as well, which is like so freaking long. It could be a ROM hack on its own. The Yellow Switch Palace is like, I don't know how many rooms it is, but when I played it, it took the entire day. Like, I wasn't expecting to spend that long on it, but yeah, it took the whole freaking day. And the final level of Yump 2 is the hardest Kaizo level I've ever played in my life. It's called Cape Fear, and it's a massive, massive, like 5-section long, brutal cape level, where it's like you're flying and you're shooting fireballs at the same time. There's like one part with a disco shell that's like got a ball and chain surrounding it. And every time, like, the ball and chain goes up a hill, and you have to make sure that the chain isn't up when you, like, are going there, and then you dive on it, just to, like, when the chain is down, you dive on the disco shell. It's just, like, I don't even know how to describe how hard that level kicked my ass. I must have spent, like, 25 hours on that one level alone. It was really hard. But I beat it, and it's in my opinion, still one of the coolest Kaizo levels I've played. Yeah. Yump 2, in my opinion, is an S tier hack. It's so freaking good. It's up there with the jumps. Love that shit. And this is the hack I just beat. Beans. It's called O, but I just call it Beans. It's kind of like VVVVV, you know the game VVVVV? It kind of reminds me of that. But this hack is a hack that's it's centered all around the green bean sprite, which is the springboard that like faces off the wall, and it's like that's the green bean, and that's what these letters are supposed to look like. These the 5 O's. It's supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be, you know. And this hack is really freaking hard. This is even harder than Yump 2, which prior to the beans was the hardest hack I had played. But this one was so hard. This took me the longest of all these hacks. Like, I spent maybe an entire month playing this hack. And yeah, some of these levels are insane. Like, Yump 2 has so many like levels that you can beat in like a second. Like, there's one level that has 3 exits, and you can just get them like right away. It's really easy. And there's one level where you take a pipe and you win. This hack has none of that. It is brutal freaking levels all the way through, one after the other. Kaizo levels, standard levels, it mixes them both. It's a hybrid Kaizo standard hack. And but it is also, I would like to say, one of the most clever hacks I've ever played. I never knew how many ways you could use green beans until I played this hack. There is like so many different uses of them. This hack also really loves its like vertical sections. You'll be going through a whole bunch of like vertical auto climbs and stuff. There's like so many of them in this hack, but I love it. It's really fun. And there's also a lot of really jank jumps every now and then, because that's just the nature of green beans. And if you hated green beans before, this hack is honestly, in my opinion, here's the thing. I hated green beans myself before, and not like real green beans. I love real green beans, but I hated like the sprite, the Super Mario World sprite, because it was so jank, and every time I would jump off it, you could never tell like what height you're gonna get. It's always like random, you know, because it's like it depends on the absolute pixel you jump off of it. And some of these jumps in this hack are so stretched out, but even then, the way they use the beans in this hack is so clever that I can't get mad at it. It's just so brilliant every step of the way. There's also all kinds of really fun little break levels, like the one where you have to guess the beans in the jar, and the little Arkanoid game. It's so much fun. I loved this hack. I just beat it recently. The final boss kicked my ass. It might be the hardest final boss of any of these hacks. But it was really one super rewarding hack, and it was nice to see World Peace return. World Peace was making levels in Jump and Jump Half, and hadn't seen levels from him in a long time, and he made some really good levels. A good puzzle level. He made this level with the UFO that like constantly targets you with this like literal beam. And then there's the scanner level, which sweeps the level and turns sprites into beans and back. It's so good. There's like a million different uses of beans in this ROM hack. It's actually insane. And I haven't even 100%ed it yet. There's still the special world that I have to clear, which has some really brutal levels. But I'm looking forward to playing those again someday, you know, completing it 100%. And I have to give this one an S tier. It's one of my favorite hacks I've played. I love it's really high quality, high polished. It was, you know, in development for like 2 years, so you can tell just by playing it. But I would not recommend it to beginners, okay? If you want to play that hack, you're going to have to get a lot of these harder hacks under your belt first. But yeah, these are the hacks I played. I'm more of a standard Super Mario World player, but I've just recently been enjoying a lot of these Kaizo hacks. And it's really, really fun to play. And if you really like Mario, like, you don't even have to be good to play some of these hacks. Like, some of these are so good that you can just, even if you're just like a normal Mario World player, some of these are so accessible you could just jump right into them and it'll feel right at home. So Mario Return to Dinosaur Land, A Very Super Mario World, Katastrophe, Jump Half. Those are the ones I would recommend as your first hacks if you're getting started, and those are such good ones. They're so good that even after all the hacks I've played, I still want to go back and play those again. So yeah, that's my Mario tier list. It's kind of boring. The A and the S tier just gets overloaded, and there's only one B and one D. It's, you know, what can I say? When I play a hack and it's shit, I usually don't finish it. I usually kind of just like, you know what, this sucks, I turn it off. And I only beat a hack I really enjoy and would consider A or S, so that's kind of why it's like that. It's just natural, you know. And there's no Fs, so that's good to know. But yeah, there's my tier list. I appreciate everyone for watching, and I encourage you to download some Mario hacks. Go to Super Mario World Central, download them, patch them up. It's very easy to do. And yeah. Go crazy and enjoy these. They're really fun, and few people know about them. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.